Thanks to the support as a channel member, Robin Hamilton. Finally, after about 9 months of him being on the transfer list and offering him out, we've been able to sell Rafik Bertrand. £12 million we got for him as well, meaning those young centre-backs all get to move at the pecking order and we've got money in the bank again. Hello, welcome to part 90 of the Tour de France. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first Champions League game of the year away against Inter. That is a pretty tough Champions League group. Chelsea and Inter. Fenerbahce we should be able to take care of. Realistically, we should. I mean, we've got to be aiming to get out of the group. We're third seeds, but I think we showed last year we're capable of competing with these level of teams. So this is a big, important match. We're going to learn a lot by going away to Inter about how we're going to get on in the Champions League this year. And as if that's not enough, we're also playing Paris Saint Germain in the League. We're going to play a couple of games off camera, but come back for Paris Saint Germain in the League, which is already an early season top of the table clash. As you can see, despite us both having those disappointing starts to the season, we have them both gone on and won our next 4 games comfortably. We've scored lots of goals. We've not conceded a goal since that first match of the season, and the league table is looking like this. Both us and Paris Saint Germain played 5, won 4, drawn 1, lost 0, goal difference of 14, 13 points. So we're going to ignore that Rennes are hanging around too because they're not scoring as many goals as us. Omar is chasing Haaland for top goal scorer privileges, and everything seems pretty much back to normal in the world. Let's go win a couple of football matches. Oh, and like I mentioned in the intro, we sold Bertrand, £12 million to Fiorentina. I think that's another excellent piece of business from us. Brought him in for 3.3 million in the wake of Big Willie leaving the club when we really needed defenders. I think we brought Bertrand and Say in at the same time. Say obviously being the one who ended up establishing himself as our long-term starter. Although to be fair, Bertrand played most games for his 3 years at the club. 31 starts the first season, down to 18 starts and 15 sub-appearances then. And last year down to just the 8 starts and 22 appearances. So despite getting on for 100 games for the club, or is that 100? Kev maths. He probably only started about half of them and was dropping further and further down the pecking order. And to be able to get that level of business for him, I think is awesome, especially when you remember we've got both Svetkovic and Dumoulin both knocking around the place, ready to get game time. And they are our reserve centre-backs now. Capital and Say as our starters. The only backups we've got are Svetkovic and Dumoulin. So they are going to get game time. Let's hope they're not rubbish, because we've kind of forced our hand into having to play them. Although, to be fair, Laurent can play centre-back as well. And Antoine could come in at right-back if need be. New boy, Dominique Durf can also play centre-back. So we have got other centre-back options. We want to go with the trusted young players, neither of which are on the bench today. Good old logic for you. But we are playing Inter Milan, to be fair. I don't think I'd throw either of them into that game. We'll move Laurent over if we absolutely have to. Milinkovic is injured. He's going to be out for the next 3 weeks or so. But otherwise, we are full strength. So it's Magothu in goal, a back 4 of Simon, Say, Capital and Laurent. Costa at the base of the midfield in the absence of Milinkovic, with Fowry and Del Palacio Langer ahead of him, and then Benavides on the left and Nguema on the right, and Afkir Omar up front. The other thing worth noting, Travis Manctalo had a really good start to the season. 3 goals from his 4 substitute appearances so far, and he is looking like he is stepped up a level this year, so expect to see more and more of him this season, as again we continue to push these homegrown boys. We're all about the youth development in this save. There's still people down in the comments every day telling me I'm not developing my young players enough, but I'll forever point at Fowry and Nguema, and before him the likes of Stephen Boyd, Vaquero, who we sold on for big money. And then we've got the next generation that I'm literally stripping first team players out of the squad to make room for. We didn't replace Mille because we've got Manctalo. We've got rid of Bertrand because we've got 2 young defenders. We are really pushing these young players, not just because it financially makes sense for the club and allows us to do things like throw money at Del Palacio Langer, but also because that's not ideal. Also because they're ready, or they're getting ready. And Nguema with a knee injury, this could be a season ruiner. We don't really, I mean, I guess Fowry is the one I would normally bring on here, but Christopher Robin's not really fully fit to come on and play an hour of football. I guess we could put Benavides on the right and Manctalo on the left. But Benavides is much less effective on the right. I think that's what we have to do, though. And then Benavides on the right-hand side. I wonder if we make him an inside forward over here like he is on the other side. He's just not effective as a winger. So maybe if we make him an inside forward over there. I know he's a right footer cutting in on his right foot, so it's not going to be as good as him cutting in on his opposite foot like he does from the left-hand side. But at least we get him to continue playing the style that has led to him becoming such a key player for us. I said you'd see more of Manctalo. There he is. I mean, we'd be happy with a draw here, away from home against Inter. I think if we can draw our 2 away games and win our 2 home games against Inter and Chelsea, which is a big ask, if we can do that, that should be group topping form. So we just need to hang on and win this football match. Being without Milinkovic and Nguema, though, really, really challenging. 2 of our best players, our captain and vice-captain, both unavailable. It's not great, and that's a lovely finish. And we've not really shown anything going forward to suggest that we're going to get back into the game here. Within 3 minutes of the second half beginning, they've just gone up a gear and sliced through us. This might be a long old Champions League group stage this year. But on the plus side, a much shorter run in the Champions League in general. No, just demand more. More! Come on, Travis. Do a football. We know you've got it in you. You scored all these goals against these much lower level teams domestically. Maybe you're not ready to play in the Champions League against Inter Milan yet. Who knows? I mean, it's certainly not just on Manctalo, though, although we have nullified Benavides, putting him out on the right, which is... I keep saying things are not ideal. There are a lot of things today that are not ideal. That might be the next T-shirt. It'd do a football line. This is not ideal. Right. Benavides is not having a good time, so we're going to bring Bamba on. Who really, I mean, he can play as a winger out there. We've played him as a winger out there before. So we'll bring him on for now and see if he can make a difference. I feel like we've lost one player and weakened the front 3 by 2, which probably isn't the best plan. Like I say, normally Fowry would go out there onto the right, but with Milinkovic injured as well, we're kind of, although it doesn't seem like they're players that are in the same position, because we have the same guy effectively covering them both, those 2 injuries cause problems throughout the team. I think we are going to bring Christopher Robin on now. Del Palacio Lange. It's a European game after all, and we know Christopher Robin loves a game in Europe. Big game Christopher, as he likes to be called. I imagine what he actually says is, for the millionth time, my name's Christoph, not Christopher. Stop calling me Christopher. Watch Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin, and then you'll know why we have to call you Christopher Robin. Right, this is us with a football. 10 minutes to go. This has been quite rare today. Capital playing it forward to Laurent, and now Fowry and Bamba. And he's given the ball away, and it was an Inter Milan highlight all along. I think we probably all knew that, didn't we? Although they've played the ball in there, no one's chased it, and it's back with Magothu again. So maybe it's a Tor highlight after all. Magothu playing it out to Capital, who just very nonchalantly playing it across to Say, as if there's not a player pressing and getting right on top of him there. Umar Solé playing at the back for Inter, a player who I've had my eye on for years, waiting for his price to drop. As a French player who we could bring into this team, his price never dropped. I imagine he's about 38 by now, and Inter a 2-0 up, and this has not gone to plan today. We have not really looked competitive. We had that fantastic run in the Champions League last year where it felt like we'd kind of got up a level and were ready to really compete in Europe, but today has gone, I think, how you'd expect the second best team in France going to Inter Milan to go. And it is leaving us with a lot to do in this group stage. Monaco are 6-1 up in their opening Champions League match. That doesn't make me feel any better either. Although I guess the better we all do in Europe, the better for our coefficient. We don't want that. Although we're hopefully never going to finish outside the top 2 again. We don't want that 4th European spot to disappear again. Right, let's see how bad the damage to Nguema is. This could be a season ruiner. I mean, it genuinely couldn't have been any worse. I mean, what are we doing here? Doucouré? Is he getting an 8-month run in the team? Is he ready? Probably not. Are we putting Fowry out there and playing Christopher Robin? Where's the strength in depth? Where's Di Girolamo? Roux. I mean, it could be an opportunity for Roux. It could be an opportunity for Labiel Cheraldini. We've got a lot of... I mean, there's 3 youngsters there as his backup. Or we throw Christopher Robin out there for 8 months. And then we've got Christopher Robin, Samir Costa, Doucouré again. I mean, it would be mad to play Doucouré centre mid and Fowry out wide. We're a little light in central midfield, aren't we? Can we go and get Vaquero back? Who did we sell him to? We do have the French Joker transfer window and £10 million to spend. Can we just go and get Vaquero back? Oh, he went to Salzburg. In fact, I think we can only buy from French clubs during the Joker window, can't we? I want Vaquero back. That is an absolute disaster. Rubbish. I'll over with you. I panicked against Brest when Benavides went off injured as well, but luckily it wasn't a serious injury. Manktalo came on and grabbed another goal off the bench and then started against Leyton Orient, where we won as well. This is what the league table looks like. PSG have dropped more points. They drew their last game against Monaco, a 1-1 draw at home. We now face Paris Saint Germain at home. We're both still unbeaten, as are Monaco, but we're both still unbeaten. If we beat Paris Saint Germain here at our place, which we know we're capable of, we go 5 points clear at the top of the league after just 8 games. That will be quite a nice start, if you ignore the whole Nguema being injured for the entire season thing. We're playing Cyril Fowry out on the right-hand side. We're playing him as a winger rather than as a playmaker. As much as I love the whole playmaker shape, only Nguema can really do it really well. So Fowry can go out there as a winger. It does mean that we can play the same way and just bring Doucouré on as well, who can play out there as a winger. Although Doucouré not going to be on the bench today because Benavides can go over there and Manktalo can come on. It's all fine. So this is our team for PSG. It's pretty much the same team as the previous game, other than Fowry moving out into the wing and Christopher Robin coming in central midfield to partner Del Palacio Langer. Still no Milinkovic, who is still injured. So having Milinkovic and Nguema unavailable is a little bit of a disadvantage, just a little one for this Paris Saint Germain game. But we are the team in form. I feel I would really like to win the football match today, please. Their team is still... Did they have De Ligt before? I don't remember seeing him. Is he a new one? They just brought in somebody else just to mess with me. Oh, goodness me. Right, Costa looking to get a counter-attack going. He's trying to release Omar. Ball over the top for Omar, who absolutely ruins. Presumably that is De Ligt for pace. In fact, no, it's some guy called Oliveira. And Costa from range, but Donnarumma is still probably just about as good as Magothu in goal. The 2 best goalkeepers in the world in Syria. It's not Syria, it's Ligue 1. Donnarumma's an old man now, I imagine. Magothu will take over that crown eventually. I probably shouldn't sing the praises of my defensive players too much when PSG are attacking, and stuff like that can happen to bite me in the bottom. They have a corner here. Laurent doing very well to dominantly head that clear after making the mistake that originally gave away the corner, but he does give away another corner. So we are still under pressure from PSG. An in-swinger this time. Their player gets there first. I think that the animation looked like it had hit the crossbar, I think, but the commentary at the bottom of the screen said it had gone wide. So we'll assume it just floated wide. Obviously, we'll be happy ending the episode top of the league. If we end up drawing here, that's fine. But it does feel like, and it's another one of those times where there's an opportunity. And obviously, we all remember what happened last season, how tight Ligue 1 can be. We don't want to miss opportunities to take advantage of PSG maybe having I mean, it's a difficult run of games for them. They're playing Monaco and us back to back. And Erling Haaland has just missed an absolute sitter. Half an hour gone. It's very even at the moment, although they have had the better of the shots according to the XG. But we have a chance here through Del Palacio. Like, I thought that had got in. I just did that thing where the home fans cheer because they think they've scored, but actually it's gone into the side netting. I saw the net rustle, but it wasn't a goal. And it's another set piece, which does seem to be PSG's main route of attacking us at the moment from these free kicks and corners from wide areas. But thus far, we are handling them well. Del Palacio Langer playing it back to Christopher Robin. Now Costa back to Del Palacio Langer again. And he scored against his former club as his first game playing against them as a permanent tour player after his £49 million move in the summer. And hopefully, once again, sending the message that they were insane to let him go. He's wearing the captain's armband today as well. He is one of the best players in Ligue 1. And I don't understand. I know 49 million was a lot of money. I don't understand why they've let us have him, because it's not only weakened future PSG. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does get into that midfield. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know how good these players are, but it's certainly massively strengthened us. And it's put us 1-0 up. And look at that beautiful league table. PSG, as it stands, down in third place with Monaco jumping above them. Which would actually mean it's only a 4-point gap at the top of the league. But really, we're concerned with the gap between us and PSG, not necessarily the gap between us and Monaco, because by the end of the season, it will be PSG or our closest challengers, I'm sure, unless Monaco have had some kind of insane resurgence. Fowry looking to break clear, and he plays it over the top to Omar. We know Omar can skim these defenders, although Delict isn't going to give him the opportunity to run. He's just going to slide through him. And it goes out for the throw. Del Palacio Langer getting up involved in the attack again. It was a weird highlight because we just saw him get on the end of a header into the arms of Donnarumma. So I don't think our attack is the highlight here. I think whatever's coming now is the reason we're seeing this highlight. And it is PSG who've got the ball, looking to play it out from the back. And I am feeling a little bit afraid at the moment. I've played enough Football Manager to know that something bad may be coming our way in the near future if we don't win this ball back off them soon. And it's not looking likely, is it? They are just knocking it around us very comfortably. Haaland, is Haaland playing on the left wing, or has he just dropped very, very deep here? They're not letting us have a kick. Ansu Fati plays it into Musiala. Oh, what a save from McGoffin. That had Football Manager typical annoying highlight goal written all over it, and McGoffin that is there to tip it around the post and then say heads clear from the corner. We remain 1-0 up, and that was a wonderful piece of goalkeeping from McGoffin. And now Fowry getting the header in to try and get another counter-attack going for us, but the highlight just peters out. 70 minutes gone. It remains 1-0. We have players who are starting to get tired, and this is where strength in depth really starts to be something we worry about. Laurent is tired. He can come off. Manctolo is in incredible form, so he can come on. And then we look at the other options. I'm not taking Del Palacio Langer off because look at the midfielders we've got there. Likewise, Samir Costa. So they're both going to stay on. I think we'll make do with those two changes for now. We've made this mistake against PSG before where we've made too many changes and it just invites them to come and get saved. They just brought Camavinga on and Upamecano on. It's a bunch of old men. Right, Kevin Simon could come off for Jerf. And again, I don't think we need to make another change. We're just going to keep as we are. Maybe we bring Rue on for Omar for these last 5 minutes, just to run around a lot up top, make a nuisance of himself. Can we make another change? How many subs? We're not allowed to make another change because we did it. You have to do it in a certain number of pauses, don't you? I would have liked to have put Bamba on for Fowry for the same reason, just to waste a bit of time. But apparently you're not allowed to do that. In all my years managing here in France, that's the first time I've tried to make 4 different instances of a substitution, and you're not allowed to do it. Christopher Robin on the right-hand side then gives the ball away. We are into the 91st minute. It is still Tour 1, Paris Saint Germain 0. It would be heartbreaking if we get the kick in the nuts now. Ansu Fati drops deep, and now Gibbons, who's been involved in everything for PSG, coming down this left-hand side. Cross comes in. It's once again headed clear, and Travis Manctolo has got the break on here. It's 2-on-2 with Manctolo and Omar. Lots of PSG players swarming back, but Costa gives it back to Manctolo. We know the form is in, and he's won a penalty. Travis Manctolo is a revelation this year. Coming off this bench, it's only a matter of time before he's starting ahead of Benavides if he carries on playing the way he is. Maybe the long-term solution this year will be Benavides on the right, and Manctolo will need to start starting, but it's Martin Del Palacio Langer to rubber stamp the victory over his former club. Del Palacio Langer scores emphatically. What a penalty. What a player. He's our record signing. He's our captain. He came from Paris, and he's going to be responsible for their downfall. Martin Del Palacio Langer, well worth every penny. It's Tour 2, Paris Saint Germain 0. And I don't care that they're on the attack now. They're not scoring 3 times in these last seconds that are remaining. And that is an incredible victory to be without 2 of our key players. Our captain, arguably our most important player at the base of the midfield. I guess Del Palacio Langer would argue he's the most important player, but I'm giddy. That is an incredible victory and an incredible looking league table. Rennes have spoilt our 5-point lead by getting involved and making it only 3 points. But like I say, the only gap I care about is the gap between us and Paris Saint Germain. And that gap after 8 games is already 5 points. We're unbeaten. They're not. We're going to win the league. Come on, we're going to win the league. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure, I can't speak. Please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching. Come on!